They're ready to go in San Francisco. Mark Jones, Doris Burke, and Malika have the call. We'll see you at the half. Enjoy the game.
Welcome, everyone, to San Francisco, the epicenter of technology, innovation, and reimagining the future. Much the same way, folks, that Steph Curry revolutionized the game with a simple flick of the wrist on his way to becoming the all-time three-point shooter in the NBA. And this is the first time that the Splash Brothers will play a playoff game here at Chase Center. But a daunting task ahead, taking on the reigning MVP, Nikola Jokic, who's coming off another historic season in leading the Nuggets. Let's take a little look at the Western Conference picture. Phoenix will play New Orleans. That's 1-8. Utah wins in Dallas. Minnesota did the same in Memphis a little bit earlier. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Jones, chopping it up courtside with Doris Burke. Malika Andrews joining us in just a few moments. Doris, let's start with Golden State. The last time their big three played a playoff game, it was on the other side of the Bay Bridge. And this year, they've only played 11 minutes together. There's a lot of questions out there about them.
It does help that you return the most dangerous, most prolific three-point shooter in the history of the game. Steph has not played, of course, since March 16th with that left foot injury. So now the greatest shooting backcourt is complete because Klay Thompson, over his last 6 games, has been on fire, and he's getting more dangerous by the day. And Draymond Green unlocks both men on the offensive end and is an absolute menace on the defensive end. We can expect him to deal with Jokic a good portion of the night.
Getting back to the big three, they've only played 11 minutes together, but with the equity that they've built up over the years, you wouldn't expect that that's going to be an issue coming into the game tonight. All right, let's switch gears and talk about Malika Andrews, who has more.
Thanks, Mark. So Steph Curry is going to be coming off of the bench tonight for the Golden State Warriors. Remember, he was in a boot until April 1st, and then he came out of that boot, and that same day he was shooting out on the floor. And then this past Wednesday, he was able to participate in practice. Thursday, he got a scrimmage under his belt, which was important to Steve Kerr. Steve's going to keep an eye on Steph's minutes tonight, but ultimately, it was Curry's decision to come off of the bench and play in targeted bursts to close quarters. But coming off of the bench, it's going to allow him to stay warm, avoid sitting for long periods of time. And the last time he came off of the bench was in 2018, and you guessed it, Mark, that was in the playoffs.
So Steph Curry coming off the bench. Let's switch gears, talk about the Nuggets. Nikola Jokic, the behemoth in the middle, the reigning MVP, carrying this team all season, Doris. He says there's no pressure. He's ready to do it again.
The likely back-to-back MVP. He's got everything. Size, skill, savvy, handle, you name it. Every aspect on the offensive end is there. And it's time for tonight's golden moment, brought to you by McDonald's. Go ahead, big fella. Get him out in transition. Look at the vision. Arguably the greatest passer in the game today. Look at how quickly he dials through the chessboard, knows exactly where his teammates are, and make the game easy on him, Nikola. Against this team, he's posted up more than anybody else. Send one, send two. He makes the decision all the time. The sophomore shuffle is what Draymond Green calls the most frustrating of all, and he's done something nobody in the history of the game has done. 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 500 assists. That is a bad man.
That is Sombor, Serbia. This place is ready to pop. Tip is coming up after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
It's 100 finish my heart. I won't be born. It's 85 just to walk on.
Jokic checks his feet. 3-pointer's good. It looks like it's all self, but when it's winning time, Klay knows what to do with it. Stephen Curry is in the building and feeling himself tonight in the trick.
NBA First Round on ABC is presented by Mountain Dew, official soft drink of the NBA.
We put everything on the line, and we demand our time. Cut up from the pressure, molded by desire. Don't call that ring bling, you know it honors everything. I ain't been playing it safe, nah. I was just giving my all. I'm taking it there. Living for that moment. It's gonna be a riot, that means quiet. I got the can of gas, I'm about to ignite. I am driven, I won't ever get tired, cause I've been left behind, I have to get right. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Every move I make is brilliance. We're here to shine, shine, shine.
The Denver Nuggets versus the Golden State Warriors. Welcome to the NBA playoffs presented by Google Pixel. It's the first round presented by Mountain Dew. From the Jewel by the Bay. Yeah, a lot of 30 jerseys in the crowd tonight because he's back. And this is the first ever playoff game at Chase Center. Remember the last time they were in the postseason, it was across on the other side of the Bay Area Bridge at the old Oracle Arena. And they played a play-in game here against Memphis last year. As we take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by Capital One. Well, one question has been answered on the other side of the equation for Denver. Jeff Green, Will Barton, Jokic in the middle, Aaron Gordon, and Monte Morris in the backcourt. Folks were wondering whether Steph Curry would start or come off the bench. The answer's in. He'll be coming off the bench, as reported a moment ago by Malika Andrews. Jordan Poole, who's been playing extremely productive basketball since March, averaging about 25 points, will start instead. Steph Curry will be coming off the bench for the third time in his career. Draymond Green and Klay Thompson back. And this place has a wonderful air of anticipation as you get the feeling that they're really officially popping the seal on Chase Center now that they're playing a playoff game here. Well, the officials for today's game are crew chief Scott Foster with Ed Malloy, Carl Lane, and alternate Kevin Cutler. Replay center officials in Secaucus, New Jersey, J.B. DeRosa and Trey Maddox. They're among the 36 officials selected to work the first round of the 2022 playoffs, a group which has an average of 16 years of NBA experience and includes 9 officials who have worked 100 or more playoff games. Simply the game's best. Looney and the Joker ready to take this opening tip. Nuggets winning the regular season series 3-1, but keep in mind that Draymond Green didn't play in any of those 4 games.